Okay, in this quick video tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use a master slide in Keynote to create some reference boxes to fill a picture in, because Keynote doesn't really give a good way to insert images unless they're in the Photos app. So here's how we're going to do this. Open up your Keynote presentation, click on your View button, and go to Edit Master Slides. And what you want to do is pick a master slide in here that you can use. So I've picked the third one down in this theme, which is just a little simple center text box with a center title slide. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of resize this and move it out of my way. Now you can resize your text box however you want, of course. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here and just add a shape. I'm just going to go in and add a square. And I'm going to position it over here, and I'm going to drag it down to approximately the ratio and size that I want. Of course, yours may vary a little bit. And then we want to go in and actually change the square, because I don't want that blue square showing on my screen. So I'm going to right click it, and I'm going to say Make Editable. Then I can go over here on my right side panel, and instead of Advanced Image Fill, I'm going to say give me no fill at all. But again, I want to be able to see this when I come out of the master slide. So I'm going to put just a light line border around it. And notice it comes up at 5 points. That's way too thick for what I want. So I'm going to crank this on down to about half a point over here. And I'm going to even go so far as to change it from a solid to a dashed line. So that's what will actually show on my main slide. Now that I've got that one created, I'm going to select it by clicking on it. I'm going to do a Command C, then Command V. So I'm just copying and pasting it. And I'm going to drag it over here. And I'm going to resize this down. Again, your proportions may vary depending on how you want your slide template. I'm going to position it here. I'm going to Control C or Command C and Command V again, and I'm going to move this one down, and then I'm going to just kind of do a little resizing here, try to get it kind of, pretty close to a square, I suppose. Something like that. Again, depending on how you want yours laid out, your mileage may vary. Okay. Now that I've got that done, I'm going to go down to the bottom of my Edit Master slide, and I'm going to hit Done. So now when I create my new slide, I can go over here and say Change My Master and make sure that it's selected on the one that I just created. Notice here it is. Now, notice if I click into this as a normal slide, I can't really manipulate these boxes because, again, those are on the master slide. But what I can do is grab a picture. So I've got a picture pulled up here in Finder. I'm going to drag it over here in this slide. Then I'm going to take this and I'm going to resize this picture. I'm going to get it in here where it kind of fits in this box. Now, notice it's putting a square peg in a round hole type situation. It's not really fitting, so I'm going to go ahead and drag this larger and get it where it covers up my rectangle. Because again, I put those dashed lines in there, but I don't really want them showing, so I want my picture to go all the way to the edge. I'm going to kind of center it over it. And I'm going to try a little trick here. I'm going to right click this and I'm going to say Edit Mask. And what I'm going to do is drag this in. Let's go into here. Let's go into here. And I'm just getting it resized where it fits into that rectangle. I'm going to hit Done. And looks like I missed it just a little bit. So let's right click. Let's edit our mask. I'm going to drag that back out. Looks like I missed the edge of my rectangle. It didn't quite snap to it like I wanted, so I'm going to drag it right there and hit Done. And notice when I'm finished, my picture is actually covering up my thin gray line, and even if I miss it a little bit, most people probably aren't going to really see it when you're doing your presentation. And so now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get another picture from Finder. I'm going to drag it over and drop it in my presentation. Now again, if you know the dimensions or proportions, you could work out the math so that you didn't have to do this last little resizing step. But these are photos straight off my camera. They're unretouched. Haven't even color balanced them or color corrected them or anything. Okay, so I'm going to right click this one, edit mask. There we go. That's what I wanted. Alright, I'm going to change it into cropping. And I'm going to hit done. And again, I've just set a mask so that the rest of the picture is still there, but you just don't see it. Alright, and then let's do one more. Again, I'm going to drag this over. I'm going to go ahead and do some initial resizing just to get it kind of close where I can see. So I want it something kind of like that. And we're going to right click, edit mask. Somewhere in here, and somewhere in here, somewhere here. See, I just kind of move it so I can see the gray area back there, and then I hit done, and that puts our mask in. Basically covers up our line, and so when we hit play for our presentation, it's a little noticeable. If I really played with it a little bit, I could get it going much easier. Alright, and that's pretty much how you do it. Now, to do the next slide, I would actually right click and say duplicate this slide. Alright, so to replace the image, what we want to do is select it. And then over here on the right side, we can hit replace. And we can go find our next image. And let's replace it with this dog bed. And because I had that one already sized like I wanted, I'm just simply going to go in and replace each image, and that'll actually save me a few steps. So now I'm going to hit this one. I'm going to hit replace. And let's just go find a picture. We'll use this one. Presto. Same thing here. Next one. And again, I'm over here on my right side panel on the image tab. I'm going to replace here. And let's go grab that one, and we'll put it in there. And then right click it, duplicate slide. And this is what we're doing here is we're replacing the embedded pictures. So we're not stacking picture on picture on picture as we're duplicating the slides. And this is how I would actually go through the process if I were creating this slide presentation. If you have any questions, just let me know.